The statistics show that the black woman is the biggest aborter of children. All right, there's a billboard that I believe was taken down, said that the most dangerous place for a black child is the womb. All right, which womb in particular? Talking about the Negro woman. All right, because they're always up in Planned Parenthood clinics, going in and coming out that place. All right, which ultimately that problem goes back to the so-called white man, because he's the one that set that whole thing up. All right, he's the one that set that whole thing up. All right, when you watch the documentary, like I said, I'll post it up, and I'll probably put the link up. He did it in such a way that it's like this man, he's the absolute devil. He's not about life, he's about death. All right, in the kingdom, you're not gonna have no damn abortions. You're gonna actually have children. All right, you're not gonna have any more labor pains because the curse is not gonna be there anymore. All right, talking about our women. All right, it says here, sex is to become rife with perversion. Children are given over to the terrible passions of lustful pedophiles. All right, and like you said, you got people going around molesting 2 and 3 year old little boys. All right, and little girls that aren't even nowhere near close to being developed. That are still in early grade school. All right. And it's mainly the Edomites who are doing that. That's why they're always on their show, To Catch a Predator. Alright? Not a lot of times do you see Jake on their show. Now, albeit you do have some examples, alright, because our people are wicked too, but it's mainly Edomites, alright? It says here, spiritual values are converted to material desires. False gods are exalted, alright, idolatry. False Bibles are invented. That's why you got so many different so-called translations of the Bible that are off. Alright? And then two, you got homosexual churches now. I'm pretty sure they got homosexual Bibles. Or they got Bibles in which they remove the laws on it, and as well as removing Romans the 1st chapter, 1 Corinthians the 6th chapter. Alright? The white man is a devil. 100%. He's an absolute devil. Alright? And it says murder and assassination become religious goals. Okay? Now, let me read that scripture I mentioned. Let's go to Isaiah 29. Sorry about that. Isaiah 29:16. It says here, excuse that phone ringing in the background. It says here, in fact, I might as well start here at 15. Isaiah 29 verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Because that's what the white man does. That's why he has so-called secret societies, because, well, they're really not a secret anymore. Alright? And the Lord put the spirit on the elect to reveal those secret societies, as well as he put the spirit on so-called insiders to make their tongue fall upon themselves, like it says in Psalm 64 as well. Alright? That's those secret societies. Alright? Verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he hath no understanding? So, what does it to mean to turn things upside down? Alright? To make homosexuality a thing that's right. Alright? To make women to rule in positions of authority over men. Alright? To, excuse that for a second, to, have abortion legalized. Alright? And all manner of wickedness that the so-called white man promotes in his kingdom. Alright? That's not going to take place in our kingdom. Okay? Now, let me read some more of this. It says here, the Christian seeks as his life goal to become more and more like Jesus, but man and the world are progressively becoming more like Satan and his dark angels, more corrupt and evil every day. In every way, evolution oddly becomes fact, except that man isn't evolving from apes, he is rather becoming an ape. He is transferred into base animal, devoid of the Most High's values, without the mind of Christ, but instead filled with instincts and ambitions of pride, lust, murder, and envy.
Do the gods ever answer your prayers?
They often reveal their leanings, though not in words.
In the house of Bariades,
We must be beyond reproach, or fall to ruin.
battles are fought, lives are lost, fortunes are made.
This is not about business. This is how they live.
And that's because the so-called white man is in rulership right now. Alright? So, the scripture says that his tongue walketh throughout the earth. So, what does it mean, his tongue? Meaning his way of life. Alright? His conversation, like 2 Peter talks about how our conversation is supposed to be. Or his conversation or his manner of life is totally what it mentioned here. Alright? It's totally what it mentioned here in this paragraph. 100% wicked, unspiritual, alright? Lustful, homosexual, all that wickedness that the Bible speaks about, which are the attributes of the Edomites, which is a so-called white race. This is what it's what's pushed out onto the people on the earth, alright? So from there, let's go to John 3 and 19. John 3 and 19, it says here, and this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world. What is the light? The Bible. Alright? Like it says in Proverbs 8 and 23, the word is a lamp. Alright? So the word is the light, which is what we're preaching out there on the highways and the byways and putting together all these shows for. Alright? It says here, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Alright? And when you go to Isaiah the 60th chapter, it says the world should be covered in not just darkness, but gross darkness. Alright? So, that's why a majority of the world is into the so-called, the white man's philosophy. Alright? And I say that because the earth is given into his hands. Alright? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Alright? So, whatever he says goes. Alright? That's why, another reason why we got to get the hell out of here. Alright? Scripture says that if the Lord doesn't make the time short, then there will be no flesh left to be saved. Alright? Because you look at it, just one simple aspect. The fact that he so heavily pushes homosexuality, alright, on the earth. If you come to the point where all heterosexual people die off and you got homosexuals, that's it. If there's no procreation, alright, what is there? There's pro-destruction. The whole so-called human race would just completely die out. There would be no flesh left to be saved. And if this place went on long enough, that's exactly what the hell would happen. Let alone the earth getting more and more polluted and jacked up as we go, as the time goes on. Alright? So now let's go back to this article. Or this book, I mean. This section in this book. Now, the section as above, so below. Let's read this. It says, this then is the end goal of Illuminism, to destroy earth, debase civilization, impure spirituality, induce chaos on the earth, and bring order according to Satan's Illuminati script. The earth is to be hell, and hell on earth, as above, so below. Because the elites, they pray to Satan. Alright? They pray to the Most High's left hand. Alright? Or who sits on the left hand of the Most High, which is Satan and these other demon and these androgynous gods. Alright? Like Baphomet, Molech, alright? Egyptian and Greek gods, and so on and so forth. Alright? Because Esau wants peace, but he wants it in a wicked way.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
He wants like we want our kingdom. He pretty much wants it the same way, except reverse, except totally opposite. Cause don't get me wrong, he's the violent, but he eventually wants his peace. All right, that's why. That's what the New World Order is all about. All right, it's just in the, on the left-hand wicked side. All right, we want rulership. He wants the rulership. Like I said, everything is double one against another. So anything that the Most High does or wants to have set up in righteousness, the so-called white man wants to set up in wickedness. All right.